Alright, Dad, I want to show you how to install that Anderson hitch in my truck. Right there's your B&W hitch. Come over here to the fender well. There's a lever right here. Pull it out and push it forward like that, and it locks in place. If I push it back there, it'll retract. So pull, move it up there. Come up the bed of the truck. If you were never going to pull a gooseneck hitch or a gooseneck trailer, you could take these out. These are just for your safety chains, and they stick up just a hair past the ribs in the bed, but not too bad. But I slide sheet goods in here all the time. You can see where it just kind of scrapes on the top a little bit, but it never really hurt anything. So this thing's gonna be a little difficult to get out because I just went to the dump, so you can see all the dirt and crap packed in there. Oh, maybe not. So you can just stick your finger in here or two, lift it out, flip it over, drop it right back in. You can put it any way. There's two holes, and then that pin shoots through the side right here. It's attached to that handle in the wheel well. So stick that back in there. Over here, and just put that in there. It's back in. I'll grab the hitch. The way the hitch works is the ball, this drops over the ball right here. Take this pin out, goes in there, and then this slides in here right under the shoulder of the ball to hold it in place. One-handed, because it only weighs 35 pounds or so. Hopefully you're not going to get too motion sick. Now I used to measure this hitch to make sure it was squared up in the bed of the truck, but now I just eyeball it. So just drop it right over the ball like that, and then I want to kind of square it up with the ribs in the truck bed. And then we'll put the pin right back in. This again slides right under the shoulder of the ball. And then what we do, use a torque wrench, tighten this down to 60 foot-pounds, and then tighten these to 40. And this is a drawdown bolt. What it does is it sucks this piece, which is connected to the ball, up inside of here. So basically sucks the whole hitch down tight to the bed, and then these two set screws lock it in place. So you do that. Actually, the right way to do it is tighten this down, go hook your trailer up, put all the hitch weight of the trailer on here, then come and tighten this again to 60 foot-pounds, and then tighten your set screws. Once the weight of the trailer's on there, it kind of compresses it down a little bit tighter to the bed, and then it won't move. If you do research on these, you'll hear of guys having problems with these things twisting in the bed. They'll kind of twist and move like that. I would be willing to bet that every one of those guys isn't re-torquing this after they put the hitch on here. All right, so I got my torque wrench here. I keep an extra one in the truck here. And then I keep my socket. I've just got all my commonly used sockets just floating in the side of my toolbox here. Put that on. Got it set to 60. Got the hitch squared up. Pretty darn good. Good enough for who it's for. Oops, wrong way. I'll just crank this until it clicks. There it is. Just leave that there. I'm not going to tighten these until I set the trailer on here and I retorque this bolt. My truck's got the third brake light camera, so I can see the trailer and the hitch there. What I usually do is as I'm backing up, I'll try to line up the headrest in the middle there with the hitch on the trailer, and I'll try to line this up right here between these buttons, kind of put them all in a straight line like that, and that way I know I'm pretty close to centered. And then as I back up closer, I can kind of watch it in here. Also, if I turn around, my toolbox is kind of in the way, but you can see if I lift my head up by the ceiling here, I can just see the tip of that ball. So we'll back around in here. And it's just like hooking up most any other trailer. You just get it under the coupler and then go crank it. Gives you that funnel, so you got a little bit of wiggle room. The ball actually needs to go back about another inch and a half to be in the right spot. See if we can get that to stay there while I back up. Perfect. And now we'll hit the landing gear and let it run down. Takes a little while. I'll spare you the details. All right, now we're hooked up on there. You're probably gonna get a short bed truck, so this piece here, the pin on the fifth wheel is right here, and I've got this turned backwards because I got a long bed. I've got plenty of room, you know, with hitting the cab. You can also mount this thing 180 degrees where this funnel is up here on the front, and that'll give you more clearance off of your cab. So the ball on the truck bed is just ahead of the rear axle center line, so that's going to be right here, and you can see my the pin on my fifth wheel is pretty much right over it, maybe just like an inch behind it there. If you flip this around here, it's going to move the pin back, what they say, 9 inches or something like that, so that gives you even more room for turning, so you don't have to worry about getting into your cab. But I got these guys loose. Throw the torque wrench back on here. I've got a short socket so it'll fit under there, and I had to raise the ball up one click so I could do this while it was hitched. With a deep socket it wouldn't fit. But if you've got it turned forward like you will on a short bed, it won't matter because this bolt will be in front of the coupler. There we go. And now we'll crank this down to 40 and tighten these 2 set screws. There's 40, 40, 40. Now we're ready to go. We'll just hook up our breakaway cable. put this big carabiner on here, biggest one I could find. And I just go like that. And it won't close, but it's yet to come off. With all the miles I do, you could wrap it around here if you wanted to. You come down here and hook it if you want to be really diligent. But I usually do that from back there. I can reach that, so I don't have to climb in the bed of the truck at all. I'll show you what else we got to do. I'm just pulling it down to the house, so I'm not going to hook the lights up, but I'll take the light cord, plug it in there, and then this guy here, it locks a pin. There's a pin in that coupler. You follow that cable, it goes and it pushes that pin in right under the shoulder of the ball on the Anderson hitch. So you just push that guy in, give it a little quarter turn to hold it in place, and it's locked on. You also can't forget tow mirrors out. You can see around the trailer. Brandon hates this part because of all the Dodge guys that drive around with their tow mirrors up when they don't have a trailer on.